What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, well, we have the Splinterlands Town Hall, 5 biggest takeaways. This is from the July 17th Town Hall, and for anybody who might be new to the channel or new to this series, my 5 biggest takeaways are not a summary. There is a fantastic official summary that has already been posted, and then there's awesome video and written content creators who cover the Town Hall in full. The 5 biggest takeaways for me are just the 5 things that stuck out the most, that caught my attention, and I wanted to share them here with you. So let me go ahead and share my list so you can see what we will be talking about, and let's dive right in, because number 1 is very, very exciting. We have the human-only modern format coming in next week on July 25th. This is great. I am super excited. Now, I'll be honest, I was hoping for a little tower defense update, but I'll take the human-only modern format just because I want to see what kind of momentum we can see for SPS. And while tower defense, I'm excited about it. I think it'd be cool. I don't think there's going to be any rewards or economy associated with it when it first launches. At least that's my understanding from what the team has said. So the fact that we're going to get this human-only modern format in 8 days is actually really, really exciting. So here's the big thing. Here's the big caveat, and they made sure to cover it, that battle helpers will not be a focus. And they specifically said that battle helpers were not mentioned in the proposal, therefore they are not taking a focus on that. They are going to stick to the proposal and just try to remove automated play. Now, I've been wanting to make a video on this, and I probably still will, on why I do think that it doesn't really matter the difference. I think that getting rid of automated play is still going to be huge. And it sounds like they have buy-in from a lot of the major botting services out there, but it's not really just the botting services. Obviously, those are public. Those are very much, I want to say, supportive of the game and the team and the economy. So it's going to be interesting to see how effective they become at removing the public services, because we still see quite a bit of that. So, obviously it sounds like there's talks recently, not in today's town hall, but in previous ones, that there's going to be a terms of service change. I don't know how that'll be enforced, but we will see how this will all shake out in just a couple of days, which is really exciting. So the battle helper thing, like I said, I'll say that for another video. I'm not too worried about it right now, and I do agree with the team that if the goal was to remove bots, then battle helper is actually a different problem. It is not automated play, but it is a certain kind of like a level above playing, right? So you don't have an automated computer, but you do have like a cheat sheet. And I do think that's something that should be, I don't know if addressed is the right word, but we do need to figure out how to navigate that in a competitive environment, especially. So there's not going to be any, there won't be any focus on that. I'm really excited. I think that this is big news and a strong finish to July, considering that we started just last week or 2 weeks ago with the SPS staking requirement that has shot SPS up almost 40% or 50, almost 40%. Which is just fantastic. So, human-only modern format coming to a Splinterlands game near you, and you can bet I will be playing some games that day just to see what the SPS payouts will look like, and also to see what the match liquidity will look like if we have enough players, because that'll be a big thing. Okay, number 2, we do also have some updates coming in tomorrow for July 18th. There's actually a bunch that were mentioned, but the 2 that kind of jumped out to me and seemed like the biggest ones were a daily focus reset and an increase to the brawl timer. So let's tackle the brawl timer first. That one is increasing now to 3 minutes, as opposed, I think, to the 2.5 that it might have been. So I think that's more standard and in line. You have a little bit more time to choose your gladiator cards, so choose them wisely. And then the daily focus reset is actually a big one for the team. It may not seem like it, but the way that Investigator was talking about it, seems like this is a bigger thing just to align across the entire game. And so essentially, every focus will reset at midnight UTC now, meaning that your rewards, you can claim them at whatever time you want. But let's say, midnight UTC, and then like 12 hours later, you wake up, or you're able to log into Splinterlands, you can claim your rewards. But at that point in time, you only have 12 hours to go and win the rest of your rewards for that day's focus. Now, that may seem like a bad thing, but for most people, what ends up happening is if you don't claim your rewards on time, the timer doesn't start until you claim. So people will, what we've been seeing and what people have been complaining about is the fact that if you're an hour, 30 minutes or an hour late one day, then all of a sudden it's just like, well, you've lost that time, and therefore whenever your daily focus resets, it goes another 24 hours, and it's like over time, you do enough days of this and enough misses of it, you lose actual days and daily focuses. So with this way, or with it being standardized so that everybody's on the same cycle, essentially, where it all resets at midnight, it's actually great across the board because it just evens the playing field, and whether you make it in or not doesn't matter. Like, it's just, that's where the focus resets, or that's the time in which the focus resets, and hopefully it doesn't impact people in a negative way. Yeah, sure, maybe you go and claim your rewards from the previous day like an hour before, and you're like, oh my gosh, I only have an hour now to play all of my matches or whatever the case is. But I would say that if anything, it is much more beneficial to the community than a detriment. And in fact, I'd be surprised to see anybody who actually was complaining about this, because on the whole, this will ensure that you don't lose out on any daily focuses, right? Like, at least it'll make sure that you lose out on less of the daily focuses over time by having everything standardized. So I'm excited for that. That should be pretty cool. I don't think it really affects me. Mainly because I use Splex's service to automatically claim my rewards on my account. So that I haven't necessarily felt that, but it's good to know that even if you don't use a service like that, everybody's going to be on the same page. And you can still use a service like that. You can still use some kind of bot or service to go in and claim it automatically. It's just when you go in, you have the same amount of time every single day to play your battles. So I think that'll be good overall. Number 3, this is brought up in the marketing section. The GLG beta launch, or closed beta launch, is happening tomorrow as well. The only reason I'm including it here is kind of because they included it in the town hall as well. Chatter was talking about how they're doing a lot of marketing, and this still does have an impact on Splinterlands as a whole. Splinterlands, the company, we'll call it. But keep in mind, for the next couple of months, I think until October, we have the airdrop still for GLS, right? Or for GLX. If you're staking SPS, you're still getting that airdrop for the next couple of months. And so I do believe that, any kind of success that Genesis League Sports, the platform, and Genesis League Goals, the game, actually have can be a tremendous boon to Splinterlands. And I even made a video about this where I was just looking at the APR of if GLX actually starts to increase in value with the game coming out and hopefully rewards and all that, and the staking of GLX will be needed across the board, right? So as utility comes to the tokens of that platform, we are getting airdropped that token. So this is big news. Obviously, they said they had a couple players who were already posting on their socials about the game, and that they're going to have several more start to post in the near future. So exciting times. I know you may not be following Genesis League, but I wanted to include it here just because if it's completely not, anywhere in your focus and you don't care, I think it's just important to know that stuff is happening there, and it could have hopefully a very positive impact on the Splinterlands company as well as the Splinterlands ecosystem if it can push up the APR for SPS, just simply doing that. All right, number 4, tower defense, and this is kind of tied in with number 3. With the launch of the GLG beta, right, the closed beta, it looks like tower defense got pushed a little bit. There's still some bugs that they need to work through. And then this was interesting, but a proposal is going to need to be put in place and obviously voted as approved in order to change the SPS rewards. Because right now, the SPS rewards go to people who are holding packs. And that'd be really weird for the game to come out and people just don't open their packs because they want to continue getting the SPS rewards. So it's like one of those things where it's so common sense that it should be changed, but it does have to be done in a formalized process through the SPS DAO and through a DAO proposal. So I don't know when we get that proposal, but I actually find this a little discouraging from a timing standpoint, because it's like, If we were to get the proposal today, and obviously we don't have it, that's 2 weeks, assuming everything passes, right? It goes through the pre-proposal stage and it goes through the main proposal stage. 2 weeks for that to pass in order for it to be approved and therefore then implemented into the game. And obviously, even if it was put in today and passed in 2 Mondays from now, it's not like we would get the game with rewards anyway that following Tuesday. So as I said before, I don't think that we're going to get the tower defense with rewards. It doesn't. I'm sorry, we're not going to get tower defense with rewards on the initial launch anyway. So I guess we do have some time, and maybe that's what the team is thinking too, where it's just like, let's get the game out. We'll put the proposal in. People will love the game. They'll vote for the proposal. They want to start earning rewards, all that good stuff. But it does, the proposal, basically the proposal process, with it being 2 weeks, does make me, there's like the sobering realization that like, oh, okay, like a fully launched version of this game is at least 2 weeks away from whenever this proposal comes. And, I don't know, I don't even know when to expect it, but hopefully, since it was mentioned in the town hall today, it's something that we can get within the next week or so, 2 weeks. I don't know how long it'll take, but, I'm excited for tower defense. Obviously, I'm excited for tower defense with rewards. And so, sure, the game will be cool when it launches, but I think most people will, I don't want to say lose interest, but it's just like, I don't want there to be this lag time where like the game comes out, people play a bunch of levels, and then it's like, okay, we're all going to twiddle our thumbs until like rewards come out. So the proposal, hopefully we do get that sooner rather than later. But, I trust the team's discretion and judgment on that based on what their release schedule looks like. Because at the end of the day, we still don't have a working tower defense game yet outside of the beta, but hopefully that will change in the very near future. And then lastly, sad news for everybody who is looking for skins or cosmetics. This was asked in the Q&A section when we can expect skins, and it was said not this age, which is the Age of the Phoenix, or the next upcoming age. And for people who may not be familiar, let me go ahead and pull up the calendar here. So the age, as I understand it, ends on August 2nd, right? This is the Age of the Phoenix. And the next age is going to be 10 weeks. So you look at that, and all of a sudden we're taken to mid-October at this point. I'm assuming probably somewhere this week of October, maybe October 18th. That would be the earliest that we could expect it. But that's actually not even accurate, because if you think about the fact that if it's not in this age, not in the next age, my guess is that it's not even going to be in the planning for next age. So if it's just starting in the planning stages for October of 2023, we may get it in that age, and this age should run through the end of the year, right? Half of October, 10 weeks, right, from mid-October through the end of December. Hopefully we do get it by the end of the year, but at this point in time, the thought of getting them in Q3, I think, is completely out. As it was said, it's not this age or the next, and Q3 ends in the end of September. So hopefully we do get something like that, because I know many people have been asking. Darkest Night always jokes that he wants skins just to change what Lily and Byzantine Kitty look like. So, hopefully we'll get something for those at some point in the near future. But it is not going to be before mid-October at the very earliest. So let's actually go back over to the Town Hall summary. There was some eye candy that might be worth sharing. Goldfoil Summoner. Here's one of the updates that's coming tomorrow. So Goldfoil Summoners will now have their level and star icon display in gold text. So that's pretty cool. You can see it there. Here was some of the eye candy with Nate for land. So, there's a lot of screens here. We get a little bit of a tease every single week. So that goes to show just how much is being worked on, how much is being put out, and just how big this land project is, which, if I'm going to be Papa Bear with you again, which just tells me that like there's no way we get land phase 2 like anytime soon, because look at how I mean, this stuff looks beautiful, right? From an artwork perspective, UI, UX, like imagine that this is with three resources, right? SPS, the Secret of Praetoria tokens, and grain. Imagine doing a bunch more of these for all of the different, 50 resources. And granted, maybe there'll be some easy plug and play, right? You'll just be able to change some things around. But look at the buildings, right? The buildings look different inside. The artwork looks different inside. The little huts look different based on whichever one whichever one you go for, the different type of building you go for. So, land is a gigantic project, and I'm hopeful that we get, they keep, Aggie and Weber keep saying it's around the corner, it's around the corner. But, people have been hearing that for 3 years. So at this point, I'm excited because I do believe that land 1.5 is around the corner. But land 2.0, just with the volume of work it seems that needs to be put in to phase 1.5, I don't know when we see 2.0, but my guess is not until 2024. So Justice League goals soft launch tomorrow. Team management out for everyone. All right, so that's cool. We'll see if there's anything else I missed here. Soul Keep launching very soon. And that is it. So I'll go ahead and cut the video here. That is all I have for you guys in this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you frustrated? Are you sad? Are you checked out? I am very curious to know. But I would say this: if you are checked out, if you are sad, if you are however you're feeling about the game, wait until July 25th. I really, really want to see what this modern pro-human format looks like. And I think if it does even half of what I'm hoping that it can, we can see some tremendous awards tick up. And I think we can see just a different level of competition, right? Yes, it doesn't solve the bot problem, but even if we get to a point where it removes a ton of the accounts that are playing in an automated way, those reward pools are going to start filling up, get nice and fat and juicy. And if you're playing, if you're here, if you're active, as Dwayne Infidel always says, if you are giving your time and attention, I do believe that you will be rewarded for it if they can implement it in a successful way. But I'm confident about it. I'm looking forward to it. And so I'm taking this as a net win. But that is all I have for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.